What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel. I'll just be walking you through my spraying process. I'll be using a Graco 395 Ultra, and for this project I will use a low pressure 515 tip to minimize the overspray since the houses are really close to each other. I used to use those disposable white spray suits, but they just end up tearing apart and don't do too good of a job keeping the overspray off. So I just went ahead and bought a coverall from Amazon, and it seems to work out great as long as I use them with the respirator, eye protection, and face mask. I start spraying on the top and up to head height. If you were to spray all the way to the bottom, you run the risk on rubbing on the fresh paint with your hose. It's also important while spraying not to slow down or stop at any spots. Doing so will leave heavy areas and could make your paint run. Just stay a consistent speed. The distance and speed on how much you're moving the spray gun will depend on your spray tip and PSI setting. For this paint job I am about 12 inches away, but I do get close a little at some parts. The closer you get, the faster you're going to want to move your spray gun and vice versa. As you can see, I have the ladder in the middle of the window. I don't like doing this because I could get off balance and break a window. However, I modified my ladder and placed a 4-inch block of wood on the top of my ladder, so my ladder wouldn't tip to either sides. One thing I don't like about the coveralls I'm wearing is it gets really hot, especially when spraying in the summer. For those really hot days, I would just buy the disposable suits. So the client wanted the downspouts and gutters painted trim color as well. This kind of saved me some time having to use a spray shield or mask the gutters. But at the same time, I will have to go around and paint the gutters. For those, I use a flock or foam roller to give it a smoother finish. When you mask off light fixtures and dryer vent or fireplace vent covers, you have to make sure to communicate with your client as to what you will be covering and let them know not to turn those on while you're working. Also, make sure you remove all your masking, especially around light fixtures or heat vents, because it's a real-world fire hazard that will happen if the client forgets and they turn those on. Trust me, I've seen it from one of the painters that was working for me in the past. They masked the bathroom bulbs and left the light on. Luckily, I smelt the smoke from upstairs and ran downstairs. I did let them know of the incident and made sure they are aware of this. You can't see it, but there are bushes and plants against the siding on the right side of the screen. It was tough trying not to damage any of the plants. Ideally, you'd want to let the client know to have all bushes and trees trimmed and give you about a 1-foot clearance, if not possible. Just grab a ratchet strap and pull the bushes back and stay the strap down. You can't see it, but there are bushes and plants against the siding on the right side of the screen. It was tough, trying not to damage any of the plants. Ideally, you'd want to let the client know to have all bushes and trees trimmed and give you about a 1-foot clearance before painting. If not possible, just grab a ratchet strap and pull the bushes back and stake the strap down. After I spray the entire top of the house, I would then go ahead and spray the bottom. If you're working at the side of the house and there is a narrow room, you should run your hose and start spraying on the farthest side from your sprayer, then work your way towards your sprayer. Doing this keeps the hose from touching the fresh paint. Well, that's all for today. I hope you learned something new today. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you do. Thank you, and have a good one.